Welcome to another edition of the WCPO High School Insider Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Dyer. The weather outside is certainly not conducive to late fall and talking about the football state championships this week, but hey, we're going to take it, that's for sure. Have a lot to talk about this week as 4 Cincinnati area teams remain in the Ohio High School Athletic Association playoffs, and we have St. Xavier playing for a Division I state championship on Friday night against Pickerington Central at Fortress Obich on the southeast side of Columbus. We're going to get to all those teams here in a little bit, but I want to give a shout out to the Lakota West boys cross country team. They won the Division I state title at Fortress Obich this past weekend. So the Firebirds obviously celebrating that state championship this week, and have a lot of soccer and volleyball regional tournaments this week. Just a quick rundown of some of our local teams. In girls soccer, we have Monroe playing Granville tonight at 7 o'clock at Xenia. Cincinnati Country Day in Division III. They're going for their 3rd consecutive Division III state championship. But first, they must beat Gahanna Columbus Academy in the state semifinal tonight at Bellbrook. And in boys soccer, we have St. X taking on New Albany, 7 o'clock Wednesday night in Xenia. And then Division II, undefeated Marymount takes on undefeated Wheelersburg team, and that's going to be at 7 o'clock on Wednesday at Springfield. And then girls volleyball, those state finals and state semis are going to be taking place at Vandalia Butler, not Wright State this season. But we have Mount Notre Dame in Division I. They're going to be playing on Friday night against Cleveland St. Joseph Academy. And in Division III, we have CHCA taking on Huron, and that's at 7 o'clock on Saturday. And both those state finals are on Sunday. So more opportunities for our Cincinnati area teams to bring home some state championship hardware this weekend. This High School Insider podcast is presented by our local Greater Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky ChickfilA restaurants. Fall is sweeter with a chocolate fudge brownie or mocha cream cold brew. Get yours today. Well, as I mentioned, 4 Cincinnati area teams still have chances at state football championships, and it all starts this Friday night. The first opportunity for one of those teams is St. Xavier as they take on reigning Division I state champion Pickerington Central at 7 o'clock Friday at Fortress Obich. I had a chance to get out to St. X for practice on Monday, and I caught up with St. X coach Steve Specht as he talked about not only this matchup, but just the uniqueness of this season, how grateful the Bombers are for this opportunity.
Everybody's grateful for simply because of the fact that we were able to play this season. I think that's a gift in and of itself. The reality that we're in a state final, I think speaks volumes about these young men and how they've weathered the storms. I've said it before, but this year has been so different because you had to focus so hard on the task at hand and get rid of all the craziness, clear the mechanism, as we like to say, and focus on the day at hand. Because back in, August, we didn't know if we were going to play. We were waiting on the governor to make his decisions weekly, and then the Big Ten shut down. And here we are. And that speaks volumes to these young men. It really does, how they were able to focus and just get better, because we've progressively gotten better the whole year. I think Jay Sherrod is one of the elite coaches in the Ohio area, or in the state of Ohio. They've got great talent. The Styles kids are unbelievable. One committed to Notre Dame. The other one's going to pick his school. He's only a sophomore. Just incredibly athletic, fast, big, and well, there's a reason they're in the state championship. But as I told our kids, there's a reason you're in the state championship too. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. We're not apologizing. We worked hard. We battled. We're better. Let's go play the game.
Well, obviously the Bombers have an opportunity for their 4th state championship in football this weekend, and it should be a fantastic matchup as Pickerington Central comes in ranked number 11th nationally and number 1 in the state of Ohio. But I want to transition into Division II state semifinal on Friday night as LaSalle Lancers will take on Massillon, Washington at Marysville, and an opportunity for LaSalle, the reigning Division II state champions, to obviously get another matchup with Massillon, this time in the state semifinals. Well, I was able to catch up with Coach Pat McLaughlin after the big win at Winton Woods last week.
Played such a hard schedule. The 6 games, I keep telling people that we played the 6 games in the regular season really prepare us for this. Now we're banged up. Obviously, Jabron did play, but Other than that, our kids are healthy. They played a tough schedule. There isn't really any situation they haven't seen. They played in big games. They know what to expect. Even early on, we have a little bit of adversity, and our kids don't panic, and they're able to overcome it.
Well, as you can tell, this Lancers team is confident. They're healthy. They just don't panic in big situations. They've been on the big stage in state championship games before, and certainly that will prepare them for this moment on Friday night. I want to remind everybody this High School Insider podcast is presented by our local Greater Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky ChickfilA restaurants, where the winning play is always chicken. Log into the ChickfilA app for easy ordering. Now transitioning to Division IV, the Wyoming Cowboys won their third consecutive regional title this past weekend with a 28-9 victory over Clinton Massey. Had an opportunity to catch up with Coach Aaron Hancock as the Cowboys prepare for their Division IV state semifinal Saturday night against Van Wert. How sweet is this to say that Wyoming is regional champions once again?
Oh, we're very excited. The kids have worked extremely hard. The coaching staff has worked extremely hard, and Clinton Massey was a tremendous team, and they're a tremendous team and tremendous program. So for us to go up there on the road and get that win, that was big. So we're awfully excited about that, and then we're hitting the reset button and ready to focus in on the state semis.
Wyoming, as I mentioned, 10-0, will take on Van Wert, who is 9-1 in Division IV state semifinal, 7 p.m. Saturday at Pico's Alexander Stadium. And Coach, just tell me, I mean, I guess we could go from a lot of different aspects here, but the defense was really strong for you, obviously, against the Falcons. What did you like most about that effort?
Well, they're an incredibly tough offense to defend. They just run right at you. They test your manhood. They just really run the football extremely well. And so for our guys to go in there and do what they did and hold them to 3 field goals, it was incredible. I mean, the team scored, 52 points. So they were averaging 52 points a game coming in, and extremely talented. But, our defensive coordinator, Chad Seymour, does a tremendous job putting in a great game plan for our kids. And each and every week, the kids are prepared, and, our kids fly around to the football, and they're excited to play defense. They enjoy playing that. We were very excited, and we had great game plans on the defensive side of the ball as well as the offensive side of the ball. We were able to put points on the board, it's a team effort, and so as we come together as a team, we play very well. So our goal each and every week is to be together and play as one.
What do you know about this Van Wert team, Coach?
Oh, they're a very good team. They have a extremely good quarterback. He pretty much, he runs it, he throws it. He's their punt returner. He's their kickoff returner. He does a lot of things for them and has had a tremendous year. They have some very good skilled athletes at the wide receiver position, and they're an extremely talented team. So we're excited about the challenge and excited about the opportunity.
You talk about maybe just the leadership from your seniors. We can name through a ton of guys here, obviously, and who performed well against Clinton Massey. But just start with your quarterback, Brennan Pagan, and what he's meant to the program this year.
Well, Brennan is just a selfless leader. He does a tremendous job of stepping in and leading our team. Moving him from the wide receiver position to the quarterback position. It's always a tough move, but he has done a great job of learning our offense and really just developing as a quarterback throughout the year. And starting off, we ran him a lot, didn't throw the ball a lot, and then he has big games when he's running with his feet, and he has big games now with his arm. And so he's a dual threat kid that is a tremendous leader, and couldn't be prouder of the football player that he has become and the person and the leader that he's become. So I'm awfully proud of Brennan Pagan.
What about your senior Nathan Glisson? He had an 88-yard touchdown reception, also had an interception on defense. How significant did he play on Saturday?
Oh, Nate's having a great year. Nate's doing a tremendous job. All these guys have worked their butts off in the offseason. I mean, just a tremendous effort in the offseason program. And Nate has made huge gains in the offseason. He's a fast kid that has developed as a football player, and he makes plays. He had a fumble recovery that got us down to the 2-yard line. He's flying all around the field, both offensively and defensively. Just a tremendous asset for our program, for our team. Plays a lot of special teams, and he does a tremendous job for our program.
Great. What's this journey been like for you? I mean, obviously it's not finished yet. You have more business to take care of, but everybody's talking about the uniqueness of this season and everything. But can you talk about maybe just the resilience, the perseverance of your players and the community support that you've always gotten there in Wyoming?
Yeah, we've always had a rich tradition here at Wyoming, but each and every day we try to get out there and get better, and that's our focus is to be the best football players that we can be, and get our kids to buy into that process, and they have, and these kids are all about the team, and I think that can, when you have a selfless team that can focus on being the best that they can be and helping the team any way they can. Good things will happen. We have a great coaching staff that prepares our kids. It's a great program to be involved with. And, each and every week we try to hit that reset button and get better and better. And, we've done that this year, and through all this whole time, all the COVID things and the protocols, and the kids are resilient. The coaches are resilient, and our support staff has done a tremendous job. With our training room has done a tremendous job with all the protocols and everything. And so our kids are, excited every single week to get out there and play football, and focusing on football has been an escape from reality in some ways this year. Football matters. And in years past, we would have team dinners, we would have all these social gatherings and things like that. And, at the beginning of the year, I told them, hey, we're not going to have that opportunity this year. It's about football. And for our kids, just getting out there and focusing on football has been a tremendous escape from some things. But also it's pulled our team together. When we get out on the field, man, we value our time together. And we value those 2 hours of practice. We value those things, and it just has really helped our team develop.
What about you personally? I mean, you live for these moments as coaches when you have, you're in the state Final Four. You got a taste of that a couple of years ago in Canton with the state championship, and it's got to be you got to relish the feeling of preparing and, like you said, just focusing on the game itself these next 2 weeks.
Yeah, this past weekend, we had an opportunity to go up and play Clinton Massie at Clinton Massie. And they beat us pretty good in 2017, and they had a heck of a team. And, we kind of reevaluated a lot of the things that we looked at in our program because we got manhandled, and we had to change the way our strength and conditioning program worked. We had to change our practice schedule, our competition and practice, just our overall kind of philosophy as a program. And we felt like we had to change some things to get over the hump of losing in the regional championship. And that game kind of brought us into focus and really forced us to kind of look at our entire program. And for us to go up there this past week and get a win up there at Clinton Massie, I think that was really big for our program. But once again, we celebrate it and, be proud of it. But at the same time, we're going to hit the reset button. And our focus is being 1-0 this week. And, we've been here before. And, we came up short last year. And our guys are just ready to get out there and compete.
Wyoming head football coach Aaron Hancock, always appreciate your perspective. Best of luck to the Cowboys this weekend.
Thank you so much for having me on, Mike, on Wyoming.
Obviously, a ton of tradition, a ton of pride there within the Wyoming community. And Coach Aaron Hancock has this undefeated Cowboys team ready to go for for this weekend and knocking on the door for another opportunity at a state championship. I wanted to transition to Division 5 now. Roger Bacon won their first regional football title this past weekend in a big win over Springfield Shawnee at Braun Basovich Stadium. Had an opportunity to catch up with Coach Mike Blout on Monday morning as he talked about not only the euphoria of the regional title, but getting ready for another undefeated team in Ironton. Mike is still on cloud nine, as I would imagine, as we record this on Monday morning after the Spartans' 31-7 win over Springfield Shawnee in the Division 5 Region 20 final at Braun Basovich Stadium Saturday night. First regional football title for the Spartans in school history. And Mike, let me ask you right away. You told me your phone hadn't stopped buzzing all of Saturday leading up to the game, and I would imagine you probably got double the messages after Saturday night.
Yeah. After Saturday and all day yesterday, we were game planning, and my phone was constant messages from friends and family and grads and guys I haven't heard from in a long time, and it was really nice to see. This Final Four run here goes out to the whole Bacon community, and I love to be a big part of it.
Covered high school football for quite a long time, and honestly, I don't remember seeing another time where the players carried the coach partially off the field. Tell me about that moment.
Yeah, I was not expecting it. I kind of honestly forgot about they hit me with the Gatorade first. I've had that happen before, so that wasn't a big deal. But when they grabbed me, I had no idea they were going to pick me up. And, I had everybody telling me, they were just like, man, we thought for sure they were going to drop you. And if they would have, I wouldn't even have cared because it was pretty cool.
Tell me about that report. I mean, you could see that anybody who's watched a Roger Bacon football game knows about the program, knows how much you're invested into this school, into the football program, the community. But tell me about that report with your players a little bit.
Yeah, it's, a lot of my players, I've known their parents forever. Some of them I taught their parents, or I went to school with their parents. So I know the Bacon family very, very well. We pride ourselves in that of, faith family football. And so I've had a connection with a lot of these kids for a long time. And so when we get a big win like that, it just means a little bit more that we're able to do that for the entire team and for the entire community.
Well, you said on Saturday night you wanted to get on that bus. You knew that if there's a bus ride coming up, that would be a great thing, that you'd be in the state Final Four. And now here you are. That opportunity awaits the Spartans this Saturday night as Roger Bacon takes on Ironton in a Division 5 state semifinal at London High School. Yeah. Coach, tell me about how you turn the page and transition into this week and focus in on this new opponent.
Yeah, with everything that's gone on, it's always been like, hey, we got another day of work. We got another day of work. So, after celebrating obviously Saturday and, we had to get right back to game planning again yesterday, and the kids will come back in today for film and scouting reports and that kind of thing. So, it's just kind of, hey, let's just get right back to work. We got another football game to go. And, it's, obviously the weather is going to be a big help for us, here the next couple of days before it turns bad. But, it is, I think our kids have been focused for so long of not knowing. And, but we do know we got one more game, and then hopefully we got two more games, so we've kind of gone day by day. And so far our kids have bought into that pretty well.
I don't know how much you've gotten into devouring some film on this Ironton team, but the only familiar aspect that I can see from just looking at their schedule very quickly, just obviously defeated Sycamore, a local Cincinnati area team, back in October 2nd. But what do you know about Ironton from just maybe the preliminary looks of it?
Yeah, they're really good, but so are we. So it's, we are very similar teams. We play very similar style defenses. We run very similar style offenses. They got a kid going to Ohio State. We got a kid going to LSU. They're a big physical, fast team. We're a big physical, fast team. So it is going to be a challenge. They've scored a lot of points. We've scored a lot of points. Now, ironically, this game might end up 8-6 or something like that, because it's going to be a battle of wills and who can outlast each other, I think, because they're 10-0 and they got a really good program and a really good team this year.
Just going back to a little bit about Saturday night, you mentioned your defense, how, yes, hats off to them. And Evan Webb, I mean, it goes on and on. I mean, your players, I mean, Alex Wolf had an interception there. Talk about maybe some of those guys who have really stepped up defensively.
Yeah, Evan Webb and Nigel Mooney, our two middle linebackers, have played extremely well this year. They're always kind of competing for who's had the better game. And this week it just happened to be Evan. Evan has been he is a run stuffer. He's kind of our attitude on defense. He's probably the one kid on the team that puts fear into everybody. Even Corey, I think, might be a little afraid of Evan. Evan can play some football now. And then Nigel Mooney is just a great athlete who can just run and track down a lot of plays. And Alex Wolf just keeps coming up with big play after big play. I mean, I think he's gone back-to-back weeks now with a huge interception that turns the game late. And so we got a lot of guys over there that can play good football.
You mentioned Corey, and obviously it's got to be a tremendous, competition during practice. I mean, you go back to the summer and everything. What's it like among those seniors? I mean, 13-0 the past 2 years there at Brown Basevich Stadium. You talk about maybe guys that are, offense and defense, just the seniors and the leadership they've provided.
Yeah, they've done a great job. I think they learned a lot from last year's senior class, where we had a really, really good senior class last year. They learned from them, and they learned from their mistakes, I think, which is probably even more important. And they have elevated, how we practice, how we go about things in the weight room, how we watch films. They've kind of, they're still high school kids, but they got a little bit of professionalism in them about how we prepare each week. They're still kids and they're still goofy and they do goofy things, but when it's time to work, they've been working. And I know myself and the coaching staff were really proud of the efforts that they put in and day out.
How much fun have you had on this journey, Mike?
Oh, it's been incredible. I mean, it was, from so much of the unknowns in the summer, then we started and weren't sure if we were going to finish, and all the COVID regulations and all of that. It is, and it's slowly built. Now that we feel more comfortable with, hey, we're gonna finish this. We want to finish the season obviously now, but in the first couple games, there were still so many unknowns, and so the longer we've gone here, the more exciting it has gotten. And then getting into the playoffs and being able to run off a couple nice wins here and be at home, that's been a huge plus to us. Our stadium, we practice there every day, so we're very, very comfortable. But once again, man, we still want to get on that bus because that means we're advancing.
Gotcha. Always a great thing to do that this time of year. So Roger Bacon, head football coach Mike Blatt, always great to talk to you, and always great to talk high school football on a Monday morning. Thanks for making the time. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, Mike. Thanks, man. Have a good one.
Well, as you can tell, Coach Mike Blatt there really on cloud nine, as the euphoria from the regional title has not died down whatsoever. The players were able to carry him partially off the field Saturday night at Brown Basevich Stadium. Is quite the scene to say the least for the Spartans, and their community is certainly prepared to bring all the excitement and the support this weekend against Ironton in their state semifinal. That's all we have for you this week. We'll have all the coverage for you on WCPO 9 Sports this weekend as 4 Cincinnati area teams continue in the OHSA playoffs, and St. X goes for a Division I state championship. Next week on the WCPO High School Insider podcast, we're going to turn our attention to the boys basketball scene. We're going to have all the coverage for you on football, as hopefully we'll have 3 teams going for state championships as well. But we will take a look at the upcoming Ohio high school boys basketball season by talking to MOLA coach Carl Kramer and Corey Albertson of Triple Double Prospects. Thanks again for listening. Talk to you next week.